This conference will now be recorded.
So in the last class, we have started seeing of your for all entries. And then we have seen the concept behind the for all entries, and we have started with an example on for all entries. Whatever the joins, whatever the query which we have done in the joins, the same query we have been replaced with your for all entries. So what is the purpose of replacing with your for all entries? In ECC, the joins will be gets executed at your database layer. The joins will be gets executed at your database layer. So as the database memory is too low, if multiple persons are working at the same time on the same program, it can create an issue for the other persons. To avoid these type of issues and everything, so SAP has came up with a new syntax called as your for all entries, where the entire query will be the entire thing will be gets executed in your application layer. So we will be separating the single query into multiple queries, and then we will be filling of our final internal table. We'll be filling of your final internal table. So that is what which we have seen in your yesterday's class. Now we have started with our example and we have created our internal table. Now it's time for we have created the all our required internal tables. With the help of these internal tables, I need to create my final internal table. So how to do that? How to do that? Always remember, always remember, always remember to do the query from the child table to or the item table to your header table. Item table to the header table, or I can say from child table to the parent table, or I can say this to the transactional data table to master data table. Master data table. So these three things you have to remember. So a header can have multiple items. So the sales order header will be stored in VBAK. For this sales order header, you can have multiple items. That means when you went into a grocery stores, so you will be purchasing either one item or you can purchase more number of items. But for all these items, the order number will be the same. So the same thing. So a order can have multiple items. So each item will be referencing to the same order. So if you want to get the list of all the item details, so if you loop from item to header, so in every field you can able to fill your header. You can able to fill your header. So always remember it has to be done with from item to header or from child to your parent. Now, how can we know which is your item table and which is your header table? Always go inside the table. Always go inside the table. You can see here, this is your item. So if you see this item data, you have to loop this one. You have to loop this one. And now here, if you see this Mara and KNA1, these are the customer related tables. So we won't have the same configuration with the two multiple materials, the same configurations with the two multiple materials. At least one number is going to be changed. So in iPhone, if you see, let's take an iPhone. So 128 GB, the configuration, everything is the same. But what is the difference? The serial number is going to be different. The unique number, the serial number is going to be different in the mobile phones. That will identify that this is a separate material or a separate one. So like that. So each material will be unique and each customer is unique. So with your customer with the same details, can we have multiple customers? No. With the same mobile number, can we have multiple persons? No. With the same driving license, can we have multiple persons? No. So these are your also your header tables. Now what we need to do, we need to loop this item table and we need to fill your we need to read with the we need to read this and we need to fill our header tables. So how I am going to do that? So now what I'm going to do? So now, so display the data, loop at gt underscore VBAP into data of gs underscore VBAP. gs underscore VBAP. Now, what I need to do, first of all, let me go ahead and read the VBAK table. VBAK table. So how to read this? What is the statement? Data. I have already told you the new statement. GS underscore VBAK is equal to value hash and what is the one? So we need to provide our internal table over here, and then we need to provide VBALN is equal to GS underscore VBAP hyphen VBALN, and then we will be saying this as optional. So what is the purpose of writing the optional? To avoid the runtime error cx underscore sy underscore itab line not found. So this is the one. Now I'm also reading the data, read the data of the Mara table. So what I'm going to do, data of gs underscore Mara is equal to value hash, where gt underscore Mara, and then I'm going to say MAT is equal to GS underscore VBAP hyphen MAT and I'm going to say this as optional. I'm going to say this as optional. Then read the data of KNA1. Read the data of KNA1. So now data GS underscore KNA1 is equal to value hash GT underscore KNA1. So where I'm going to take KUNNR is equal to GS underscore VBAK hyphen KUNNR, and then we are going to take this as optional. So now I have got the data into my work areas. Now it's time to use your the OpenSQL statement, and you need to fill your internal table. So I know we have already told you the new OpenSQL syntax. So now fill the final table. Fill the final table. So what I'm going to do, append value hash. I'm not going to create any work area. I'm just going to write my value hash. So what are the fields? Let me copy these fields. So these are the fields. Let me copy this. Alt, Shift, right arrow, and then down arrow. I'm just going to do that. Control C, and I'm just going to paste it over here. Control V. So now VBALN. So where we will be having GS underscore VBAK hyphen VBALN, comma, next POSNR, GS underscore VBAK hyphen POSNR, next one is GS underscore VBAK hyphen ERDAT, and next one is GS underscore, this is VBAP, VBAK hyphen ERNAM, and the next one is GS underscore VBAK hyphen VBTYP, and the next one is GS underscore VBAK hyphen AUART, and the next one is GS underscore VBAK hyphen VKORG. The next one is GS underscore VBAK hyphen VTWEG, and the next one is GS underscore VBAK hyphen SPART, and the next one is GS underscore VBAP hyphen MATNR, and the next one is GS underscore VBAP hyphen CHARG, and the next one is GS underscore VBAP hyphen PRODCH, and the next one is GS underscore VBAP hyphen ZMENG, and the next one is GS underscore VBAP hyphen ZIEME, and the next one is GS underscore VBAP GS underscore Mara hyphen MTART, and the next one is GS underscore Mara hyphen MBRSH, and the next one is GS underscore Mara hyphen MATKL, and next one is GS underscore Mara hyphen BISMT, and the next one is GS underscore Mara hyphen MEINS, and next one is GS underscore BBAK hyphen KUNNR, and the next one is GS underscore KNA1 hyphen the land one, and the next one is GS underscore KNA1 hyphen the name one, and the next one is GS underscore KNA1 hyphen the ORT01, and next GS underscore KNA1 hyphen PSTLZ, and the next one is GS underscore KNA1 hyphen REGIO. That's it. To GT underscore your final. So that's it. We are done. So we are not going to create this work area. I have already told you this syntax, guys, the new syntax. So this is how you need to fill your final internal table. And then what we need to do, we need to I'm just going to activate. Hmm, we didn't write KU, Anna. VBAK. So VBAK, sorry, this is VBAK. This is the issue. Now check this. Check this. Sorry, typo mistake. And check this. No issues at all. Now I'm going to activate this one. So this is how we used to write down in the in your new syntaxes. So there is an updated syntax also for this that we are going to see. Now I want to display the data. So display the data. So you know it, loop with the right statement. So I'm not going to do this. CL underscore demo underscore display hyphen. What is this method? So slash OSC38. My control space bar is not working over here. Let me click on it. Then display. So here I'm going to write my final table, GT underscore the final. Now do your pretty printer and let's get check this and let's get activate this one. Now when I click on execute, if I pass the sales order number, you can able to get the data in the required format. Whatever the required format you want, you have received the data. Now if I didn't pass it, it will show you your entire data. It will show you your entire data. See here, it has shown you, it has displayed all your entire data, whatever the data you have. So this is how you have to go ahead and create your final internal table. Now, as we are going to see this loop, so the loop statement, the advanced version of your loop statement is, so the loop has been replaced, the loop statement has been replaced with a new syntax called as the for loop. The for loop. So what is the statement of your for loop? Now, the syntax is, you will just fill up your final table day final is equal to, you will be saying this as your value hash, and you will be writing your for. So here you need to provide your work area. For work area in table, what is your table? The first table, what is your first table? Here gt underscore vbap. So your item table, your item table. So this is what you have to provide it, and then you need to open one more brackets, and here you need to call the fields. So the field 1 is equal to, so work area hyphen your field 1, work area hyphen your field 1. So I'm just going to do this work area hyphen field 1, and then the next one is field 2 is equal to work area hyphen your field 2. Let's say for field 3 you have to read from, you have to read it, so value hash, and then you will be providing your internal table and whatever the conditions you have. So field 1 is equal to work area hyphen your field 3, and in that I need to get whatever the field I want, whatever the required field, so field 4, and I'm going to write this as optional. So this is what you have to do it in case of your for loop. So this is what you have to do it. So this is for this one, and this is for my this one, and this is for my this one. So now this is what the syntax is, on which table you want to read it, and for the fields you want to read your field thing. So this is what your thing is. So now how I'm going to replace this with my for loop. So now what is the thing? gt underscore final is equal to value hash for value hash for gs underscore vbap in in gt underscore vbap, and the next one is we will be going to open one more brackets, and then what are the fields that are available in my gs underscore vbap. So I'm just going to copy those fields. I'm just going to provide it over here. And the next field, what is the next field you have? So these are the fields, MATNR, CHARG, ZMING. So these are the fields. I'm just going to copy this one, and I'm just going to paste it over here. So now the next field on my VBELN. So VBELN is also available. So I'm just going to provide my VBAP hyphen VBELN. Now, what is my next field? So I want ERDAT. So which is there in my VBAK. So now I'm just going to copy this one, ERDAT. ERDAT is equal to value hash, or if you want you can just go ahead and write your data element also, vbak hyphen erdat. I'm just going to write down with this one. So if you know it, always go ahead and write down that. If you doesn't know it, then only keep it as hash. Now gt underscore vbak, and then here what is the field name? vbeln is equal to gs underscore vbap hyphen vbeln. So now you need only the required field ERDAT, and then you will be writing this as optional. And then you will be writing this as optional. Now, in this, whatever the ERDAT value, you are going to provide it over here. You are going to provide it over here. Now, the next field. What is your next field? What are the next fields you have? So, VBTYP, VBTYP, and the next one is AUART. So, I'm just going to copy the fields. AUART, VKO, RG, VTW, EG, and SPART. So these are the fields which I have, and then I'm going to say value hash VBAK hyphen VBTYP is of the same thing. So till here it's the same thing. And then what we are going to write, we will be writing here as VBTYP, and I'll going to say this as optional. Next, AUART. Now value hash VBAK hyphen AUART RT, and then I'm just going to copy this one hyphen AUART. AUART, and I'm going to say this as optional. Next, VKO RG value hash VBAK hyphen VKO RG, and then I'm going to say this as VKO RG, and I'm going to take this as optional. And the next one is VTWEG is equal to value hash, and I'm going to say VBAK hyphen VTWEG, and then I'm just going to paste this hyphen VTWEG, and I'm going to say this as optional. And then SPART value hash VBAK hyphen SPART, and then I'm going to provide this SPART, and I'm going to say this as optional. So this is the fields that are related to my VBAKs, and then VBAP also we have provided. So there is one more field called as KUNNR is equal to value hash VBAK hyphen KUNNR, and then I'm going to say hyphen KUNNR, and I'm going to say this as optional. Every field we have to write down like this. Now the next one. So on my Mara table. So these are the fields which are there on my Mara: MTART, MBRSH, MATKL. So till here, I'm just going to copy this one, and then just going to paste it over here. I'm just going to paste it over here. Now here I'm going to say value hash Mara hyphen MTART is equal to GT underscore Mara hyphen MATNR is equal to GS underscore VBAP hyphen MATNR. And then what is your field you needed? You need this as MTART, and then optional. Optional. So that's it. So this is what. So now let me copy to till here, and I'm going to say value hash. So value Mara hyphen MBRSH is equal to, I'm just going to paste it MBRSH, and then I'm going to say this as optional. And now here value hash Mara hyphen MATKL is equal to, I'm just going to provide this MATKL and then optional. So now value Mara hyphen BISMT, and then I'm going to say BISMT, and I'm going to say this as optional. Next, value Mara hyphen MEINS is equal to, this is the one MEINS, and then optional. So every field by field, I'm just going to pass it inside my for loop. See here, I'm just going to read the statements, reading. So for this one, I'm just going to read everything. Now, the next one is Kunar. I have already filled land one, name one. These are the fields I needed. So I'm just going to fill those fields. Now I'm going to say value kna1 hyphen land1 is equal to, so gt underscore kna1, and then you need to provide kunr is equal to gs underscore vbak hyphen kunr, gs underscore vbak. Here we don't have this gs underscore vbak, so I can do that one also. See here. So now my here I don't have this work area. So we do have VBAPs and we have almost written for every VBAP. For this, we are going to get from here. So we didn't have any work area over here. So now what I need to do, whatever the value which is there, for that I need the land one. So now what I'm going to do it, so I'm going to do, here also it's wrong. It's VB AK hyphen Kunar. Okay, VBAK hyphen Kunar. So now here it's worked. So now for my land one, I need to get it from my VBAK. So I want the VBAK, I want the Kunar value to be gets readed. For that particular Kunar, I need, so I'm just going to do this one again. See here, I'm just going to do this one again. Okay, and 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 then I'm going to close this one hyphen. I'm going to say this as land one optional. You understand this? So now I'm just going to read it from my VBAK Kunar. For this Kunar, I'm going to get my land one. I'm going to get my land one. So now here, as here we don't have the work area to be get passed. So how can you do that? So in order to read your field, again I'm just going to read my field. What is the Kunar value? For this Kunar, get the details of my land one. Get the details of my land one. So internally, again, I'm going to read one more time. Internally, again, I'm going to read one more time. So the read statement, we are going to use it one more time, because as we are not going to provide that into any work area. If you are going to provide that in a work area, you can do it. So that's what here we have done it. We have already provided to a work area. So we have passed the work area. So here we can't able to provide the work area. So in order to provide that work area, again I have done a read statement. Again I have done a new read statement. See, so that is what you have to do it for this. Now again, value hash kna1 hyphen name1 is equal to gt underscore kna1, and then kunr is equal to value hash vbak hyphen kunr, and then we are going to say this as your optional. I'm just going to close the square brackets now, and then I'm going to say this as your name one, and optional, and optional. So now I'm going to close this one. This is for getting of Kunar value. For getting of Kunar value, with the help of this Kunar value, I'm going to get my name one. I'm going to get my name one. Now the value hash. So value kna1 hyphen ort01 is equal to GT underscore KNA1, and then I'm going to say ORT01 is equal to, I'm just going to pass this and I'm going to close this and I'm going to say this as ORT01 and then optional. And next, the same thing, value hash KNA1 hyphen PSTLZ. PSTLZ is equal to GT underscore KNA1, and then I'm going to say this as uh, so this is also Kunar only. Sorry, my bad. Kunar. I'm just going to copy till here. So now hyphen PSTLZ optional. Optional. And now what I need to do, I'll just go ahead and say for my region, can A1 hyphen REGIO, and then you will be providing GT underscore can A1, and then I'll just provide this and you will be providing this as REGIO and then optional. So we are closing this and then we need to close and then we need to close one more square brackets. That's it. So this is what you have to do it in case of your for loop. See here with one single syntax, we have just covered entire filling of your internal table. Entire filling of your internal table. I'm just going to comment this one as we have already, it is showing that it has already been declared. So now click on check this. Value is unknown. I didn't put any spaces.
Is it the line number 177? The column name KN1 PATLZ
Oh, okay. It's KNA1. Very good.
and line number 177 also. The column name right side. P instead of PAT PST,
One
right?
second, one second, one second. KNA1 and then, okay. So this is fine. No issues at all. Here, KUNNR only. So what you are telling?
The
177?
column name after value keyword. Line number 177. PATLZ. It should be PST, right?
Okay. PSTLZ. Now click on check. Sorry, typo mistakes. It's again KNA1. Check this. No issues at all. So this is how you're going to write your for loop. Now, see, I'm just going to do my pretty printer and I'm just going to activate this. Now, for example, let's say on my land one. So I want one more field called as the land one description. I'm just going to say this as the land one description. Land one underscore description type. I'm just going to say this as char 40. And then I'm going to say this as ORT01 is city and region. So region description type, I'll just say this as char 40. Let's take this as an example. Now I'm going to just do a pretty printer. And now here I want my, what is the field? Land one hyphen your description. So now let me go to my output. So now slash O SE16N. So VBAP, sorry, VBAK. I next need to take the customers. So I don't want everything. I just want only the Kunar. So where is this Kunar? Or I'll just say KUNNR. So I just want only the Kunar and let's click on execute. So these are the values. I'll just go ahead and apply the filter and then, so only two Kunars are there. So let me copy these two Kunars. Okay. So now what I will do, I'll go to create session and then I'm open SE16N. I'm going to KNA1, sorry, KNA1. I'll pass the customer 1001, and I'll just open this one. I want only the two customers. Okay, so now I'll just pass this one, and I'm just going to say copy this, and I'm going to provide it over here. Let's click on execute, and then I'll just say the execute. So you can find out here your land one. So this is DE and this is Italy. So DE is for Germany, IT is for your Italy. IT is for your Italy and DE is for your Germany. So I'm going to write my condition. So I'll be saying this as condition char 40 on my land one. So whatever the land one you have. So on here you are going to get your land one. So condition 40 on this one. See how I'm going to write down that. So you don't need this, as we are going to put this, you don't need this one. One second. Okay, so condition. So when, then you need to put this one. So when is equal to, I'll just say this as, what is this one? DE. Then you need to provide this as Germany. Germany. And the next one is when this is equal to, I'm just going to take this as IT, then it is Italy. IT, then it is LY, Italy. So this is what you have to do it, and then else others. Others. So I'm just going to do that with a single quotations, and then I'm going to close this one. So this is how you need to do your condition. See, when I'm doing the condition, so the value I'm just going to check it with this read statements, and this read statement value I'm going to compare with this value. So automatically I'm doing it. I'm automatically asking SAP to check everything. So we don't know. So when you are writing the code in your new syntaxes, you have to always understand your code. You have to always understand your code. So now what it is exactly doing, you have to understand, then only. So when you go ahead and do your pretty printer, let me do my pretty printer. Okay, now let me check this. No issues at all. Now let me activate the code. I'm just going to activate it. Now let me keep a breakpoint over here. Let me click on execute. I'm just going to provide 2300. Now see, my ABAP session has been created. Now if you write with loop and end loop, it will go inside and you can check everything. Whereas if you just say F5 over here, it will just complete your details. It will just complete your details within a fraction of seconds. See here, within a fraction of seconds, it has completed your details. So everything has going to be do inside. See here, land one description has been came up. So you can't able to you can't able to you can't able to run step by step in your for loop. You can't able to run step by step in your for loop. The only thing you can able to do is you have to understand your code. You have to understand your code. That's the one you have to do it. Now at the same way for regio description also, it's the same behavior. You have to go ahead and you have to write down in this scenario. Now what is happening over here, every time we are going to read, for every field we are doing a read statement, right? Every field, for every field we are going to do a read statement. Can't we able to read it at one single place and can't we able to pass it? like how we have done it previously. How we have done it? We have done it in previously 3 read statements and we have passed that values over here. Can't we able to do this with your for loop? Yes, we can able to do that with an operator called as a let. For with the let operator. For with let operator. So what it will do, we will first write the first statement. So now I'm just going to say gt underscore final is equal to value hash, and then for gs underscore final in gt underscore final in gt underscore final, and here you will be writing a let operator. Let let, and then you will be say gs underscore vbak is equal to value hash, and then you will be writing this as gt underscore vbak, where vbaln is equal to gs underscore final, sorry, this is vbap, and this is also your gt underscore vbap, and then you will be writing here this as vbap hyphen vbaln, and I'm going to say this as optional. And next one is gs, sorry, I didn't close this brackets, and then the next one gs underscore mara is equal to value hash, and then I will be just writing this as gt underscore mara, and I'm going to say matnr is equal to gs underscore vbap, gs underscore vbap hyphen matnr, and I'm going to say this as optional. And the next one is gs underscore kna1. So here you don't need to write your inline declarations. Automatically it will create this inline declarations. It will create this inline declarations, so you don't need to do that. So now you will just say gt underscore kna1, and I'm going to say kunnr is equal to gs underscore vbak hyphen your ku and sorry vbak hyphen, yeah, kunnr, and I'm going to say this as your optional. So once this is done, open your brackets, and now you just need to fill up all these values. I'm just going to copy this one. So instead of doing that multiple read statements, so you can just do it at one single time, and you can just pass it to your work area, and you can store that in your work area. You can store that in your work area. Sorry. And again. And you can just do this one. That's it. Now you are done with your code. The same code we have written that in one single statement with a let operator. Instead of reading it for every time, we'll be just reading it at one single place. We'll just reading at one single place, and we will be doing this. 1 second, guys. There is an issue here. Okay, so here you need to write this as in between this in. That's it. So this is what you have to do it. Now when I do a check, so everything is the same. So now I'm just going to put a full stop. Everything will be the same. No issues at all. Now, instead of doing this, you can able to read it at one single time, and I'm just going to pass it at multiple at your fields. So this is the statement which we are going to use in going forward. This is the statement we are going to use in this going forward. Now do your pretty printer. Let's check this and let's get activate this one. So you have to use your let operators, and you have to read your internal tables and store that in your work area. See here, these 4 work areas will be created automatically in the new statements. We have not defined these 4 work areas. And for this final also, we are not defining any work area. It is just directly filling up your table. Now when I keep, now if I want to do it for my land one description, what you will be writing, here, the land one description is equal to, I'm just going to say condition, the char 40, as we have provided this one. And then you can write down the same thing. If when gs underscore kna1 hyphen land 1 is equal to de, then it is called as your Germany. And then when gs underscore kna1 hyphen land 1 is equal to it, then it's Italy. Then it's Italy. And then else it's others. Else it's others. That's it. And I'm going to close this one. And even for your region description, I do have my region description. Region description is equal to, I'm going to use a switch char 40, and then I'll just open my brackets. And what is the field? gs underscore kna1 hyphen regio. And then I'm just going to say when, I just need to see this, what are the regions we have. So now kna1 regio pa. So when region is equal to, when pa, then let's take this as Andhra Pradesh. Let's take this as, then it is AP. I'm just going to take this as AP. And the next one is when, what is the next field we do have? Here we don't have anything. When space, then I'll just going to take this as Karnataka. And when else it is others, else it's others. Else it's others. Now I'm going to close this bracket. So that's it. This is how I'm going to use the case operator as well as the if condition as well as my case condition. Now when I do a check, uh, typo mistakes. That's it. Now when I activate this one, it will just gets activated when I click on execute. If I say execute this one, you can able to see here your output. See here. So ORT region description, it is showing it as KA, and for PA it is showing it as AP. And then this is Germany, and then it is showing it as Italy. So everything we are going to do it in one single statement. See, internally you can able to use your case statement, you are going to use your switch statement, you are going to use your read statement, and whatever. If you want to concatenate, let's say for example, I just want to concatenate the sales organization, distribution channel, and division. So I'll just go here, I'll just add one more field called as your sales area. Sales area, I'm going to take this as type, let's take cat 20, and then do your pretty printer. I'm just going to show you how can we concatenate over here also. So now I'm going to say the sales area, is equal to, open your pipe symbol, is equal to, open your pipe symbol and flower brackets, and then gs underscore vbak hyphen vkorg, and I'm just closing this one, and then I'll just go ahead and say at the rate, and I'm going to go ahead, and now I am going to say gs underscore vbak hyphen vtweg, and I'm just closing this one. And then what is your concatenation at the rate, and then I'm just going to provide gs underscore vbak hyphen vbak hyphen spart. So there is one more typo mistake over here. This is the one. So I just done my concatenation also. Now do your pretty printer and let's get check this. And now let's get I have activated. Now click on execute and just say click on execute. You can able to see here it has done your concatenation too. It has done your concatenation too. No issues at all. So it has done your concatenation too. Okay, so this is what your thing is. So for example, let's say I want a conditional operator over here on my sales area. So conditional. So cat20 when uh, when if this is the scenario, then I want to concatenate like this. Then I want to concatenate like this. If this is not the scenario, so see, when I want to concatenate in another format. For Italy, they want that they want to show that in another format. So then they want to show in between that they want to show it as a pipeline. So I'm going to use that my pipeline. So now I'm just going to remove this. I'm going to provide my pipeline. So that's it. Now I'm going to close this one. See, I'm doing a conditional operator. In that conditional operator, I'm going to do my concatenate operator. See, if statement, if this is equal to D concatenated in this manner. And if it is equal to IT, then concatenate in this manner. See, like this, we have to go ahead and do it in every scenario. So now when I click on execute and when I click on execute, now see here, it has done the concatenation in a different way. It has done the concatenation in your different way. So this is how you have to go ahead and do all your syntaxes. So every syntax, the new syntax, what we have seen till today, everything is going to be applicable inside your for loop. So this is how you need to write your query in going forward. So the loop and end loop, you know it. You just go ahead and write down that. You practice it with this manner, and then you also practice with this manner. Don't practice this one. This is just for your reference. I have just told you that one. So we will never ever use this. We'll always use with for with a let operator. For with a let operator. So that's the end of today's session. Before I signing off for today's session, any other questions? Any other questions, guys?
No, Ravi.
Okay, so tomorrow I'll be giving you the assignment. So as we already running out of the time, and after the assignment, we are going to see a new statement called as your control break statement. So how can you work with your control break statements, that we are going to see it. So at that time, I'm going to show you how can you display your header and everything. For that, we have to use your old syntaxes only. We can't able to use your new syntax. Remember that. So in order to use your new syntax, loop with group by is there. So I'll be telling you that statement at a later point of time. Loop with group by is there. So which will use like your control break statements. I'll be telling you that at a later point of time when we are dealing with your HANA. Okay. So that statement will I don't know whether that is going to work over here or not, but that for sure it will be working over in S4. So that's why I'm going to cover the statement in S4. Okay, so that's it. We'll meet you tomorrow at the same time. Not tomorrow, today is Friday, right? So that means on Monday we're going to meet you again and we'll continue with our session. So tomorrow and day after tomorrow you don't have any class. Yeah, thank you all.
Yep.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, Grish.
Ravi, Monday is Ganesh Chaturthi. Do we have the class?
Oh, sorry. Monday is also on holiday, so Tuesday I'll be taking the class. Sorry for that. Even I forgot. Thanks for reminding me.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yep.
thanks
Thanks.
everyone.